Okay guys, so in today's video what I'm going to be showing you is from start to finish on how to set up and create a Google AdWords campaign for an apartment complex. So this is a really cool service. So what we're going to be doing is showing you guys inside of here how to set it up, some major factors and keys that come inside of creating a Google AdWords account and choosing certain keywords. So this is one of my favorite videos because I nerd out about this kind of stuff. So let's get into it. My camera. Okay. All right, so the first thing is to go to ads.google.com website up here. Obviously, that's a very ugly domain, but what you're going to do is create a new Google AdWords account. And inside of here, you're going to basically have to set some things up to get compliant with, whatever we're talking about. So it says, let's start our campaign. What's your main advertising goal? It's to get more sales and signups on the website is our goal for this one. I want more leads. I want people to sign up on my website for something. This is not my info, so I'm not going to link it. I'm going to hit next, and then I'm going to pull up the information, right, and type this in. So So this is the website that we're going to be using, and it's just going to be So this is a cool feature that Google has, is that it actually learns about your business. So they have AI that's built into this machine that as soon as you plug in your your website, it'll start scanning through all of the different words and keywords and help you to actually pick some out right away. Sometimes they're really good, sometimes they're not, because it's trying to help you to get in front of more people. So sometimes they give you a little bit more broad, but it's a really great feature to use. The other thing that I want to just bring up when you guys are creating Google AdWords is it's super important to make sure that you guys have a mobile friendly site. Like, that is hands down one of the biggest things that you need to have inside of a Google AdWords account, is having a mobile friendly site, because about 70 to 90% of your traffic, depending on whatever the search results that you guys have, are doing stuff like that. So don't be afraid to use a mobile app, right? So next thing is, so this is what it wants you to do. You can figure out and you can write all of these out. What I actually do is I just write out just a very simple one on this, and then I'm gonna create a different account. So this is the part that I was telling you guys about, where it has Google Ads, new campaign, and it helps to scan and it shows off keywords from what your website was. So really easy to do. And then what I can do is just add in some ones: apartment for rent, no fee apartment, flat rate apartment, and just start to pull ones that are applicable. And then go ahead and hit next. And then I want specific areas. So I'm actually going to try to get even more specific, because this is University Heights. So I might even play over here. I'm going to take this address. I'm going to type in Bronx and see if I'm able to target off of that area. The Bronx, perfect. So let's get rid of New York, and you can see, oops, where is it? There we go. So then I can also try to get a couple more people around here too that are searching for this area, or I could just leave it here, right? It all depends on what I'm kind of looking to do. So maybe I wanted to do New Rochelle, And then let's do Manhattan just because that's such a big. And cool, now we got our area, ton of people that are in that area. And then we're gonna set up a budget. So it's like, okay, cool, this is right around the budget that we wanna use. I actually have a specific budget that he wants us to use. So I'm gonna do 15, 14, 50, and that's closer. 16, 14, 61. Getting there. All right, perfect. Sounds good enough. I'm gonna hit next. And then this is what your ad looks like. I actually decide to turn, I'm gonna change this ad up anyways afterwards, but I just get this started and I'll show you guys how to execute on a different campaign. Just trying to figure out what credit card goes with which one. So for internal reasons, make sure that you guys got the right credit card hooked up to the right account. All you got to do is just check, right? So I can go to billing. So we're just submitting this campaign, getting it all ready and set to go. Perfect. And then just it says like explore your campaign. So what we're doing is now it's pending, right? But what I actually like to do is change to here and then switch to expert mode. So this is like a very restricted point inside of Google AdWords. So once you switch to expert mode, you're gonna be able to do a whole lot more. Like smart mode is cool because it keeps it very easy and simple, but I feel like it's so restrictive where like it's not good for people who actually know what they're doing, because like they didn't have smart mode when I learned all of like Google AdWords and stuff like that. So like you had to learn the other side of Google AdWords to really get everything down. So what we're gonna do is just make sure that this campaign is paused as well. This doesn't need attention anyways. I'm just gonna pause it. Pause campaign, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually create a new campaign. So I'm just gonna hit all campaigns, and then go to campaigns, and then we're gonna create one new campaign. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna change it up, right? So now that we've created a new account so far, we did the bullshit ad right at first just to get through all of that process. So you have to do that. That's why I don't spend virtually any time on it. And then what I do is I pause that ad, come over here, switch to expert mode, and then do a lead generation ad, right? Because the goal of this website, right? So this is you should have that. Okay. So this is an apartment complex, 2-bedroom apartments in the Bronx. Essentially what we're doing here is, we're trying to get in front of more people, right? So the more people that we can get in front of and book up this apartment complex, the better off we're going to be. So super fun, super easy to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this, and we're going to do search, right? Because we want people who are actively searching for our campaigns. That's the plus of Google and how beneficial it is for your business if you guys are choosing to do something in marketing. If you guys literally get someone to type in, apartments near me, or houses near me, or sell my house fast, right? These are different keywords and searches that your customers are already searching today, and you don't pop up there. So why would you not want to pop up there, right? That's the whole goal behind all of this. And then we're going to do search. We want website visits. We plug in, oops, that's the code. We just plug in this real fast, and then we'll plug in phone calls as well, because some people might want to call and just be like, hey, what's going on with this apartment complex, can I, whatever it might be. Screw it, we're typing in 219 309 2230. Okay. So those are the two call to actions that I want. I want someone to either call us, or I want someone to either go to the website. Either or, it doesn't matter as long as they come in, because what will happen is Google will actually go through and it will track all the phone calls, right? So we already know that all the website stuff is going to be tracked, but Google's actually going to track all of the phone calls for this one. Super cool. And I can create conversion ad. So start tracking. You'll need to start to track this website on your code, and then I'm going to email this over to Eden. So this is just the person who developed the website out. That's the only reason. So that's who I'm going to be sharing it out with in that case, in that situation, right? Because if he did that, I'm going to want to just share it over with him, because he's going to be a whole lot more likely to go through and do that. So super easy to go ahead and do. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm just going to name it a campaign name. So I usually just do, this is 65 boot cannons. Sorry, I'm terrible at spelling. United States. Nope. Enter another location. We want the Bronx. Right? So there's 2 million people in this area. Do you think I'm okay with having 2 million people in that area? I'm pretty good with that, right? That's a decent amount of people, right? Especially that we only need to fill up X amount of apartments. So I'm not worried about that location, right? If I was a little bit more specific, let's say, like I live in Chandler, Arizona, right? If you do Chandler, Arizona, right, we clearly don't have as many people. We have, half of that, right? And, if you do something even smaller, like, Marana, right? Marana, Arizona is even smaller than that, right? So depending on the area, you might need to add some sub areas as well to get it over and get enough people. But because, this is a very populated area, it's okay to have just that one area. So target or people who show interest in this target, that's, I keep that too as well. Exclude people in locations. No, I'm okay with that. Audience. I usually don't like to do this. Budget, $15 a day. Conversions, yep, you want to do that. Set a cost per conversion, $2. And then I'm going to create some site links. So essentially what this is, it's just like a link to it, right? So I can just do like 3D tour, right? Okay, so you guys can see how, I wish it would just be super easy to get the right keywords, the right words for some of these on the first time, but that's just not how it is. Sometimes you just got to test, try. Nope, too long. I don't like how that sounds. Nope, no. And then you just figure it out, and then you eventually find one that works. So try the 3D tour today. Our 3D tour, I'm actually going to change it again. Our 3D tour, save time today, right? Keep it very simple. Site link, description. Um, no fee. No fee. So I'm writing some of the, different things that are features inside of this, like parking available. Okay, so I added 3 different site links, and you can kind of see how it looks. Basically, keep them very simple, very short. You can see like contact us to learn more. When are you looking to move in? Get 2 months for free. No fee, 2-bedroom apartment, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath. Washer and dryer, in-unit parking, different amenities that are in there. Try our 3D tour, right? This is a unique value proposition that they have compared to some of their other or like different people that are out there, right? So if I go like 2-bedroom apartments, right? So this is no, that's not a competitor. Of course, it wants to come up all my stuff, but if I look at like apartments.com for an example, you can see that some of these are way overpriced, and ours is very minimum. So call out extensions, these are really easy ones. So create a new call out extension. So a call out extension, what that is, for those of you guys who are not familiar with it, is essentially just trying to get them to do one action or another. So it kind of makes more sense once you guys kind of see what it looks like. But pretty much what it is just getting someone to click on it, right? Like another keyword, another search. Like you want to use as many keywords inside of these different ad copies and text, call out extensions, new site links, anything like that, because that's what's going to drive the traffic, right? So go no fee. right? So you can see I kind of threw in a couple: do our virtual tour, call us today, 2-bedroom luxury apartment, no fee bedroom for rent, right? Different call out extensions. I can keep on adding more, but for this purposes, it's great. These are other different extensions that I can add, right? So I can structure snippet, app snippet, lead form incision. This is actually a cool one to use. Price extension, location extension. So what I can do is I can create another local extension for find a business account. It doesn't look like they have one, but you can link it to a Google My Business account if they wanted to as well, which I'll eventually do and set up for them. But now we have this. This is just our basic features done, right? And now what we're going to do is add groups. So, oh, you can see it just started pulling a bunch of, that's weird, very weird. I don't know what any of that stuff is. So I can type this in. I can just type in apartments for rent. And this is going to give you a bunch of different keywords. What you guys could also do is go to Tools and Settings, and then you can go to Keyword Planner. Where is this guy? Keyword Planner. Stay. We're just going to do a new one. And I also like Keyword Tool, right? So if I go in here and I go like, you know, luxury apartments for rent. So this is a cool resource, keyword tool.io. Very cool. It's pulling a lot of local ones for me. Oops. That's all right. I don't know why it's not doing like that. So I'm going to go to Keyword Planner, and I'm going to start typing in some of the keywords inside of the search, and I want to discover new keywords, right? So very easy to do. So I can just type in, you know, a couple ones. And then I can get results, and these are going to start to pull some keywords, and then I can start to add new keywords inside of here. So this is a really cool place to use because you can kind of see the depth of it, and all I got to do is just change the location and change it to the location what I want to actually see how many people are really looking for that in that area. So you can see now that I've changed it, I actually got to get rid of one thing real fast, and now we should have it changed. Okay, cool. So you can see all of the different keywords right in here. So this is a really important factor when it comes down to choosing the right keywords, because I need to make sure that the competition, right, is not too high, that we're paying an absurd amount of money, right? So if, let's say no fee apartments, right, the competition is really high because there's a low search volume, but it's probably a very high converting keyword, right? So it's going to cost me $2.47 to get on there instead of maybe apartments for rent, right? So I might want to bid more aggressively for something like this to get in front of more people. But it all depends on whatever I'm really looking to do. Like luxury apartments too as well. You can see that this is a higher end, you know, call to action bid. But, you know, I can start to see more of these things, and I can just start to add some of these keywords in here. And these are all broad matches that I have right now. I haven't really done anything yet where we narrow it down and we do like an exact match and plan inside of it, but it is one way that you guys can really start to get in front of more things. and then add keywords, and then I can start to broaden my search. 2-bedroom apartments. I can do, different things. Okay. So now that I have in all of these different things that I've searched, it pulled up 119 different keywords that we can actually use and add to the campaign. So you can see the different keywords. Some of them have very low competition, like luxury apartments. If someone types that in, I'm going to want to make sure that that's in my account, right? Because it doesn't really look like that many people type it in. But if it does happen, I'm able to go and snatch that up. And some of these other ones, it doesn't look like there's a lot of competition on them or much search results, which is okay. That happens from time to time. So we're going to have to bid more aggressively on the ones that are getting a lot of search results, something like that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to add in all these different keywords, select all of them, add keywords, and now we got them into our filter, right? So I'm going to download the keyword ideas. Going to pull in the new document for me, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take this document and I'm going to import it into our other thing. So super easy to do. Just open this up. And you're going to want to save this, whether it's a Google Doc, like a Google Sheet, because we just want to make sure that we are keeping track of these, because we don't want to try to go in and use them twice, right? We don't have to. So I'm going to just copy and paste, right? Go back over here, plug in all of these, and then boom, we're good. So you can start to see I got a lot of different keywords in here very fast, and I'm just gonna do, just name it something. And if you wanted to, we can get more narrowed down and go like, hey, this has to match that exact word. In this thing, I'm not going to do that, because most of these things, I don't know what's this got. Most of these like properties, you can see there wasn't a lot of search volume in there. So it's okay not to get too focused and narrowed into it, because I think you'll kind of hurt your chances. And I might want to add some of these too as well, the ones that make sense. Like I don't want to go after 1-bedroom apartments when it's only 2-bedroom. Different type of person, right? That's a person who wants to live alone. Houses for apartments for rent, flats to rent, apartments on site. Perfect. Now I can just hit continue. Now this is the part where we actually have to create the ads. Oops. I don't think it has any signals. That's weird. Okay, so now that we have our keywords and all of those basically added in the ad group, now it's time for us to create the ads. So the ads are the message, right? The call to action. So that's why it's important that we keep this sheet right over here, because I'm going to refer to this sheet for some of the keywords that I want to bid on and have those inside of my ad, right? Because if someone's searching for, let's say, apartments for rent, and it has apartments for rent in the headline and description, am I going to get that person to click on it? Probably, right? So that's what you want to do when you're doing these ads. So let's keep it very simple, right? Let's just go ahead and maybe start running these ads, right? So the first thing that I want to do is, because apartments for rent was a big one. Okay, so my first ad, and this is just the start of them, right? I'm going to create a bunch of these. But it's basically apartments for rent, 2-bedroom. And I can even put one of those, like, things like that. 2-bedroom. Stupid. So apartments for rent, no fee luxury apartments in the Bronx. 2 months for free. Learn more. And I could even maybe capitalize this too. 2 months for free. Learn more. And this just basically gets me in front of them, and then I can have a description of it, right? So the description could be, as simple as luxury apartment with features, washer, dryer. Okay, so my first finished ad that I wrote out, when I'm usually doing this, it's hard for me to explain why I'm doing it, so that's why I do it afterwards, right? So what I basically wrote was apartments for rent, 2-bedroom, no fee luxury apartments in the Bronx, 2 months for free, learn more, right? So all I'm trying to do is just get in front of these people. I use some of the keywords: luxury 2-bedroom apartments, no fee apartments. I used, apartments for rent. I could use a couple of different things. Then I use some of the keywords inside of here to get in front of people. Same different types of things, and apply now to get in front of more people. Virtual tour, apartment units today. basically just using a bunch of the keywords so that way it gets in front of them, gets in front of them, gets in front of them. You can see that's what the ad looks like when it's all said and done and it's finished. But now we're going to create another ad, and we're going to do this multiple times, guys. So like, just one ad is never enough. Like, we need to create like 10 of these guys, right? So what I'm going to do is now go places for rent. Bronx luxury apartment rent. Okay, guys, so you can see for the second one I used a couple other of the different keywords. So I used places for rent near me as the major keyword right off the bat. Luxury apartments in the Bronx, no fee apartment, apply today. Luxury apartments without fees, in-unit washer and dryer, learn more today. 2-bedroom apartment for rents near me. I should just say get 2 months for free, apply today, right? So super simple, and then done, create another ad, right? And you can go back in here, and now this is what we call a responsive ad. So these actually work out super well because they'll just keep on mixing and matching different things. And my favorite part about responsive ads is just being able to be free with them and not having to worry about, hey, I'm worried about this or I'm worried about that. Like you're able to just keep on putting these inside and just keep on going from there. So super great things. And I could just add in different headlines, looking for a 2-bedroom. So I can just go like upscale apartment. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay, so now that I have my Google AdWords campaign, I have the two different ads, and I have the responsive ad, all for the search stuff. I'm now good to launch this campaign. Obviously, I can go through and reread it again. But what I like to do is let it launch, let it see what see what happens within the first couple days or so, and then go back and readjust and go see what happens and what I can do to improve this ad over time. So for the next couple weeks, what we're going to be doing is tweaking it, going over it, and all of that good stuff. So I'm going to keep you guys updated on this ad. We're going to go through every single time that I keep on updating it and stuff like that. You guys are going to see live progress and the results of what I do with it. So cool. We're going to hit save. We're going to hit confirm. View privacy policy. Oops, I can't do that. Okay, so this is, what I'm doing. Basically, my whole campaign. I have 3 different ads. I can go in here and hit continue, and now it's ready to run, right? So I set a cost per acquisition, so basically cost per lead of $2. We're gonna see if we can actually hit that, especially since a lot of the keywords when we were searching them, right, were coming in like this was $2 per top end bid for just one click, right? Obviously, if I can get 4 people at 50 cents, that's way better. But we want to be also at the top, so that way it's somewhat serious on getting these people. But it's okay. So we're gonna see how this ad group runs. So this is 65 Buchanan. Now this is the whole website. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go through here. I'm going to hit apply now. I want to see exactly what he's doing to make sure that it's all good. Application process. Cool. I want to hit schedule a tour. Maybe that's easier. Okay, guys, so that was how to create Google AdWords. The most important thing that I could ever recommend when you guys are creating ads is making sure that you guys have responsive designs and different things like that. It's going to help out a lot in order for you guys to really grow and improve as a person, as an individual. So make sure that you guys continue to work on your ad sets, focus on the different keywords, go through more research, do everything you possibly can. I know this client pretty well because we've been working together for quite some time. And I know the different keywords. We went over it on different calls and stuff like that. So I was able to go through it really fast. But if you guys need to take more time to go through more keywords, figure out, making sure that you're targeting the right words, super important. And what we'll do is we'll go back and we'll have basically to make sure that some of these keywords are probably not going to perform anyways. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to kill some of the keywords, and then that way it allows us to budget and be able to bid on the keywords that are performing. And to pay more for those, right? Because if it's performing, I'd rather pay a higher premium cost per that, right, per that result, to get the desired result that we're looking for. So, if you guys enjoyed this piece of content, I really appreciate it. Just let me know in the comment section below. And I really appreciate you guys watching and learning more about how to use digital marketing, how to grow your business, and everything like that. If you guys have any questions about how to grow your marketing and how to run some Google AdWords or Facebook or build out a website or anything like that, we'd love to help you guys out and show you a little bit about what our services are. So make sure to reach out to us. There's probably a description somewhere in the YouTube video below, and make sure you guys subscribe as well. Talk to you later. Bye bye.